Hey guys, welcome back. Today gonna do Ragnarok issue number 3 from IDW, made by Walter Simonson. And yeah, let's dive in. So, Thor destroys the fortress that he was held in. And he does it with so much power that basically nothing is left, but then also absolutely nothing. So he is, how do you say, try to familiar himself with surroundings, and he doesn't know where he is and what happened. And he says he wants to go to Asgard. So he looks in, he wants to drink some water, but then he is shockingly looking at himself and realize that he is not the man that he was, before, that he used to be. And so he wants to drink, but then he also discovers that there is bits of the Bifrost here. And so he is surprised and asking himself why that the Rainbow Bridge is broken. And he realizes something is wrong. And he wants to have answers. So he's calling forth his father Odin. He shouts in the air and he asks where his, as you can see here, he's asking for Balder, for Tyr, for Frey, for Frigga, for Eden, for Sif, and even his kids, Modi and Trude, if I'm saying that correctly. And he is raging, but at the same time he collects himself and he says enough, and then he shuts down the rain and the thunder. The art is phenomenal. I also love this kind of Thor because this Thor, this Ragnarok character, well, Walter Simonson's Thor, maybe that's the better word, he does way more different things with the hammer and his powers than Marvel's Thor. And through the couple of issues that I'm going to show you through the time here and through later, I'm going to show you what he's going to do. I love that. He's way more interesting in my opinion. Maybe because Marvel's Thor is, being Thor for many, many, many times, many years. I mean, and we have seen so many stories of him. This is new. This is fresh. I like that a lot. And the story is really, really good so far. So he talks then to his, it's not really a companion, but they know each other. And this is Ratatosk. Ratatosk is, how do you say, a talking squirrel? And Thor asks himself, he says, am I dead? Am I alive? And he also wants to know why he's not running up and down the World Tree. Well, Ratatosk says that the World Tree Yggdrasil has fallen. And that he is being kept, how do you say, that he's being, Thor is being kept alive by Ratatosk because he was feeding him apples, probably shards of the golden apples, keeping him alive. And but Thor is asking him a lot of questions, and he doesn't give Ratatosk doesn't give Thor the answer that he wants. So Thor is getting madder and madder, and then Ratatosk sees that he is getting out of control, and basically he is, running away because, he knows Thor, he can be really, really angry. He has some angry problems now. No, what's the word I'm looking for? He's getting angry really, really, really fast. So he throws the hammer at him, but Ratatosk is already gone. So we switch to somewhere else, to the Houses of Assassins. So in the last issue, his companion and her mother died, and she made a pact with Thor, and she realizes that her mom is not here anymore. So this guy and Drifa, that's the name of this little girl, say, hey, we're gonna go. Where they're gonna go, we have no idea, but they gonna ride to the end of the Dusk Land. Thor, again collecting himself, he says to himself that he needs to be more careful, not to be angry all the time. He needs to figure out what's going on. And he says, I'm tired. Asgard is lost to me. I cannot feel it at all. But he wants to go to Mimir's well, the well of knowledge. So he's going to try to find that to seek some answers. And so he asked Mjolnir. That's also a nice aspect. He talks to Mjolnir a lot. Point the way to Mimir's well. So he throws it in the air, and it falls down, and it points him somewhere. But he also hears a gruesome sound that a water horse and a small drag are fighting each other, and it seems that when the assassins went into the fortress, these creatures are try to kill each other for food. And Thor says, I could use a mount. But before he can do anything, the mount itself attacks the Draki and kills him viciously. And he says, at least you won't need feeding anytime soon. So he approaches the steed, and the steed is very aggressive still, but he touches her and the steed calms down. Probably one of the benefits of being an undead thunder god, I guess. Then he goes to a forest, and it's in near the ruins of the Cliffborg. He sees people hanging, man, woman, children. He smells death, and then he sees also a couple of group of Draugr. Draugr, I believe, are the undead, murderers, killers, which are murderers, but also oath breakers, stuff like that. They want to kill a living man because it seems that the Draugr owns this forest somehow, and Thor is challenging him. And he says, "You dead who walk, Draugr, like me. Why you save the mortal?" He says, "Force of habit, I suppose. You mock me, but none walk here without my permission. Draugr or no, obey or hang." So Thor is, basically challenge him a bit here. And he says, so you're not bandits? He says, bandits? I drench, or not sure how it's spelled, but he says, I rule the forest of the dead. Everything is mine. And he wants to have everything that Thor had. So he ordered the other Draugr to search the horse. And so that's what the Draugr is doing. And he says, oh, there's a bag full of gold and much more. And everybody's laughing and enjoying themselves. So he says, gold? You are the bandit, he says. And he says, now we're going to hang you. And this guy says, I'm going to take the hammer. Give, he says. And Thor says, if you insist. But, those who know the Thor and the how do you say, the stories of Thor and the hammer of Mjolnir. So Mjolnir is very heavy because of the enchantment. Nobody can pick it up except those who are worthy. In this case, the one and only Thor. So yeah, not in Marvel that everybody somehow can pick up the hammer and be worthy for whatever. It's just it's ridiculous what they are doing now with current Thor. It's just so stupid. Everyone can be Thor now. Doesn't matter. Just like everyone can be Iron Man, or everyone can be Wolverine, and everybody can be Spider-Man, or whoever. Just doesn't matter. Just it's all a mantle, right? Now, I really hate that. So this guy gets him on his feet, Mjolnir, I mean, and he's screaming here, and everybody's just reacting immediately and shoots arrow at him, and Thor, grabs all of the arrows very fast and breaks them. Then he picks up Mjolnir again, and he obliterates everyone with a one swoop. And I really love that. It's just a show of immense power, and that this Thor is taking nonsense from no one. He says, you and your Nair, Drench, will find that when I slay the dead, they stay slain. He says, who are you? I am the storm, returned from the grave. Oh man, it's writing me up. It's so good, the writing. I love this over the top stuff. It's really cool. It's very comic. comic-esque, maybe that's the word. So this the survivor that's been released or flee from the forest of the dead comes back to the camp, and he's been smacked around by this troll, and this troll said, "Why are you here? Why aren't you carrying wood? We need fuel." And he says, "Well, I've been taken by the Draugr, and they want to kill me, and I've been saved by someone." And he says, "Well, that's not true. You're lying." And then Thor comes in and basically says, Thor says that man is in my protection. The troll is very aggressive, and he says, "Dimwits, smell his blood. This is no Draugr. He's living." And then he's going to have a standoff between him and Thor, and that leads us to the next issue. So basically he says, if you are not living or not dead, and I'm going to use your body for fuel or something like that. So yeah, great stuff. I really love Ragnarok. It's really comic book-esque. Great stuff. Fun writing, fun characters. I know where this is going, and it's getting even better. So guys, stick around for the next issue of Ragnarok. This is a thumbs up for me. See you next time. Bye-bye.